Hey y'all, welcome to the Clock Tower. I'm Colton here with Brandon. 5 cards, 5 minutes. We're talking about Hololive today. Instead of our usual division between rares and double rares and uncommons and commons, we're talking about extra booster stuff today, and then in 2 weeks we'll talk about trial deck cards because of the way that the set is broken up. So let's get into those extra booster cards. Brandon, what's our first one?
First up, we have this Noelle. It's an early play with the 2 or less waiting room condition for climaxes. When this card is placed on stage from hand, it gains 4 or 5 power and the ability to deny backups until the end of your opponent's next turn. There's also a 3-card Icy Tail with a cost for 2, and if you reveal a climax amongst those cards, you deal 1 damage. So if there is multiple climaxes in there, you still deal 1.
So it's basically a President with an overcosted max 1 damage Icy Tail. The Heart of the Cards translation says it's a pay 1, but the text on the actual Japanese card says pay 2, so I think it's actually going to be pay 2. Obviously, President is a great profile. The Icy Tail, if it is pay 2, is overcosted, but that makes sense, given that it is on an early play. Next, Marine Hoshu, Together Towards the Future. It's a 3/2/10/5. On play, sack one of your characters from board, look it up to 3, add 1 to hand, put 1 in stock, and the rest in waiting room. It combos with Salvage. On attack, pay 1, pitch 1, deal 2, and it gains 2,000 power. You can get a full board of this down, sacking 2 characters for 4 stock. And you can dig down 9 cards to get your climax if you do so. I think there's a lot of consistency here, and I think that pay 1, pitch 1, burn 2 is still perfectly feasible in the current meta.
Yeah, I think this is really interesting because essentially what it does is paying for additional copies of this and giving you the discard outlet for your combo as well, or helping you draw into your combo piece. So or climax or another avenue of this card. Next up, we have this level 3. It does have an experience requirement. It needs to have a yellow card and a blue card in level to get -1 level in hand. Notably, this is red, so you also need a red card in clock to be able to play this from hand. When you do, it's on field. All of your other Hololive characters get 1,500 power, and when placed on stage, you may level down your opponent twice.
It really wants you to play it from hand, because then you get the level down. You don't get the level down if this comes down as a standby target. It's not big enough to sit in the front row without quite a bit of help. But man, playing this out of hand is such a pain, because you need yellow and blue. But it also is a good standby target, but it might not be an optimal standby target. This card is like in that weird in-between place. I don't know where it's going to fall. I think people are going to generically like it, and I think it will see play, but I don't know exactly where it falls. It's a very unique profile. Next up, Watame Sunomaki, level 1, 4,500 power. During your turn, if you have 2 or more other Hololive characters, it gains 2,000. Combos with the choice on attack. If you have another Hololive character, it is basically just a cigarettes combo. Mill 2, choose 1, level X or lower, X equaling the sum of the levels of the cards put into the waiting room. This is, like we've said this before, cigarettes is kind of like the baseline, middle of the road, level 1 combo. It's going to be small on defense. It's going to be 7/5 on offense with no help. This is fine.
This is also one of a handful of combos that don't require a reverse. A lot of them require a reverse of some kind. And then last up, we have this Rushia. It has an alarm ability that at the beginning of your climax phase, if this is the top card of your clock, you can reveal the top card of your library, and if it is a level 1 or higher, you can put it into stock. A Searching Brainstormer and a alarm effect that could potentially plus you in stock is a pretty good profile if you're not having to run a specific Brainstormer for the Rushia deck.
Yeah, awkwardly enough, this is not going to be in the Rushia deck. Another Brainstormer with a good secondary ability that makes it a lot more appealing to play. The alarm effect is really interesting. It's only 500 power, so there are definitely things that can snipe it, even if it's in the back row. It can pay for its own Brainstorm effect. It can make other effects easier to pay for. Hololive really leaning into all 4 colors. All 4 colors are going to be good, so you're going to have to make some tough choices as a Hololive player. This is definitely a set that caters to the brewer. This is one of those pieces that in the right hands could be a really powerful piece. And that's it. Thank you so much for joining us. Again, we will have trial deck cards for Hololive in 2 weeks. On Tuesday, Brandon will have a deck tech for Hololive. We will have gameplay for Hololive in a week. And the following Tuesday, we'll have another Clock Talk with more Springfest updates. Until next time, thank you so much for joining us. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and have a good one.
We'll see you then.